Hello everyone. Welcome back to CodeAdmirer. In today's session, we'll explore microservices related interview questions on inter-service communication and security related topics. If you have a specific topic related to interview questions that you'd like us to cover, please let us know in the comments. Let's get started. 4150. Inter-service communication. 41. What are the two main types of service communication? Synchronous communication, e.g., HTTP, REST, gRPC, asynchronous communication, e.g., message queues, event brokers. 42. How do you implement synchronous communication between microservices? By using RESTful APIs with HTTP or RPC frameworks like gRPC. 43. What is the purpose of service discovery? Service discovery helps services find each other dynamically, allowing them to communicate without hard-coded addresses. 44. How do you achieve service discovery in a microservices architecture? Using platforms like Consul, Eureka, or Kubernetes for service registration and discovery. 45. What is the circuit breaker pattern? A design pattern used to prevent a service from repeatedly trying to execute an action that is likely to fail, thus allowing it to recover. 46. How do you implement load balancing in microservices? Using a load balancer, e.g., Nginx, AWS Elastic Load Balancing, to distribute incoming requests across multiple instances of a service. 47. Explain the event-driven architecture. An architectural pattern where services communicate by producing and consuming events, promoting decoupling and scalability. 48. What is a message broker and how does it work? A message broker, e.g., RabbitMQ, Kafka, facilitates communication between services through messages, allowing for asynchronous communication. 49. How can you implement a publish-subscribe pattern in ASP.NET Core? Using a message broker to establish a communication channel where messages are published and subscribers receive messages of interest. 50. What is the role of HTTP clients in microservices? HTTP clients allow microservices to make requests to other services, facilitating communication and data retrieval. 5160. Security in microservices. 51. What is API security, and why is it important in microservices? API security ensures that APIs are protected from unauthorized access, attacks, and data breaches, which is critical in a microservices architecture where services communicate over the network. 52. How do you implement authentication in microservices? Authentication can be implemented using methods like OAuth 2.0, JSON Web Tokens, JWT, or API keys to ensure that only legitimate users or services can access certain endpoints. 53. What is the difference between authentication and authorization? Authentication verifies who you are, e.g., using passwords or tokens, while authorization determines what you have permission to do, e.g., access specific resources or operations. 54. How can you secure inter-service communication in microservices? Inter-service communication can be secured using TLS, SSL for encrypted data transmission, as well as implementing mutual TLS, MTLS, for authentication between services. 55. What role does an API gateway play in microservice security? An API gateway serves as a single entry point for client requests and can enforce security measures such as authentication, rate limiting, request validation, and logging. 56. What are some best practices for securing microservices? Best practices include implementing least privilege access, securing sensitive data at rest and in transit, using secure coding practices, and regularly updating dependencies for security patches. 57. How do you manage secrets and configurations in a microservices architecture? Use secret management tools, store secrets in environment variables, encrypt sensitive data, implement access controls, and monitor their usage to securely manage secrets and configurations in microservices. 58. How can logging and monitoring help with security in microservices? Logging and monitoring provide visibility into the behavior of microservices, helping to detect suspicious activities, unauthorized access attempts, or anomalies. Tools like Elk Stack, Prometheus, or Grafana can be used for effective monitoring. 59. What is service mesh, and how does it enhance security in microservices? A service mesh is an infrastructure layer that manages service-to-service communications, providing features like traffic management, security, and observability. It can enhance security by providing mutual TLS, access policies, and centralized logging for inter-service communication. 60. What are common vulnerabilities to look out for in microservices? Common vulnerabilities include insecure API endpoints, misconfigured access controls, insufficient input validation, and exposure of sensitive data. It's essential to regularly perform security assessments and penetration testing to identify and address these risks. If you enjoy the content and find it helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your support means a lot and will help us create more informative and exciting content for you.